This is how we start the year.
I'm sorry, Faith.
Come on, Dan.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's rein it in.
Oh, brutal.
And all are marking this Saturday. New Japan's WrestleKingdom is underway.
Yeah.
We will review that show next week. This morning's a free-for-all Happy New Year's thing. We're live on Markout Mania. Time to mark out on Markout Mania.
Nice. Good song, Pedro. I like that.
Hey, thank you. Hey. Hola, everyone. Happy New Year and welcome to the Mark Out Mania.
Yeah. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy 2020.
Happy screw year.
Yeah. There you go. Boys, how the hell are you?
Doing good.
How's 2020 treating you guys so far?
It's better for me than some people.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
I'm definitely James. We ever get to hang out? I'm playing poker with you because you got a shitty poker face.
Yeah, man, you gonna take all my money, bro. I'm good at poker, but I suck at it.
4 aces. I'm fucking Dr. Doom over here.
Yeah, I play poker with my friends back in New York, and they used to kick my ass because I gave everything away, you know. I said, stop folding, don't be a bitch and fold, and there you go, you know. Yeah, I'm a good poker player, but I got a shitty face. Brutal. You take all my money, people. Yes, it is.
Our shows now spans 2 decades.
Wow, can you actually believe that? I'm surprised you made it for a year. Actually, that was awesome.
I know.
Dang.
You know, but it's not for nothing. But 2019, it was a good year. Just like everything else, it had its ups and its downs. But the main thing is, I want to say I'm happy that all 3 of us are here, still happy and healthy, happy, still chugging along. You know, there's bumps in the road, but nothing keeps us from marking out on Saturday mornings, baby. Okay, well, that's how we do it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we had NWA Power this week.
Oh yeah,
and that was was another great episode, I thought.
Yes.
Once again, sometimes you can do more with less. A lot of times in wrestling, when you really, apply yourself, and
right.
We saw that. We saw that with Lucha Underground. We're seeing it now with NWA Power. So,
I think NWA Power has replaced our need for Lucha Underground. You notice that?
No, I hadn't replaced my need for it.
No, because it's that same type of vibe, It's that same type of. Because that's that same good feeling for me, Because I thoroughly enjoy watching it.
I thoroughly enjoy it too, but if I had a choice, to watch one or the other, brand new right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, we got Lucha Underground, but
that's just because it was something. I mean, like this is like, NWA Power is great because it's the, you got that late 70s, early 80s feel to it, and and I feel like I feel like it does a lot, and I do enjoy it, and it is filling in a lot of the blanks that we're missing. There's still some things I would change about it, but
I mean, not for nothing, but this made me mark out for Tim Storm. I mean, I never. Somebody told me I'd be marking out hard for Tim Storm and his mama. I'd be like, you're full of shit. But now I'm like, oh my God, Tim Storm. Like, I'm all in, It's awesome.
When Billy Corgan bought the NWA in 2017, and they started doing those 10 pound of gold videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think I've said this before, but I got this friend of mine who kind of stopped watching to watch those, and he was way into it for a while. I remember we both were way into Tim Storm. And when he dropped the title to Nick Aldis, they were like, "Oh, why did they do that?" Like, we were really into Tim Storm. So yeah, I'm not surprised, that Tim Storm is like connecting and all this stuff with people.
It's a resurgence for him. I'm like, whoa, And then I mean, Aaron Stevens he's killing it, man. He's must see TV. He's awesome right now. I mean, and the question mark, and like even favorites for us like Thunder Rosa being spotlighted in a great way. Like even though she's aligned herself with that whore Melina, but still, it's in a great way. And the presentation is good. And even with the whole Cornette debacle, in comes Stu Bennett, and he absolutely kills it.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it's great stuff.
I'm really fond of Stu Bennett on commentary. I think he's doing a better job than Cornette did.
He's doing a great job. He's doing a great job.
He's a completely different kind of person because, I've been saying, he's got that dramatic intensity. He slides into a little bit of a heel, type of commentator, but overall, I mean, he's really, really good on the mic.
Oh yeah, he is. I agree.
And that's one thing that NWA Power has got a ton of guys that can cut a freaking promo off the top of their head.
Unlike that shit we saw last night on SmackDown Live, right?
Oh shit!
And you could tell, and they're it's like Arn said on this podcast thing, and he said, these people are getting these scripts, and they're getting them with no time, and they're expected to be able to recite these things word for word. And you could see them talking and trying to remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Remember what they're supposed to say next. Instead of just getting out there and saying something, just get out there and, something you might get around to it, but the whole thing is if everybody knows what's going on, if somebody else is, going to, bring up the other point that the first person missed or whatever, but it just, it should be more organic. And you're not, they're not, they're actors and, in front of a camera that have no rehearsal and they need it. And they,
you're right.
They're not getting it. And, one of the great things about, Lucha Underground is that, it's obvious that a lot of those people got to work with, real, movie and TV people from outside of the wrestling business, on how to, have these scenes, even like what we saw, between, King Cuerno and Katrina, they had always had interesting banter and things like that. And, they just missed the whole point. In
they were telling stories instead of reciting lines.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Y2H2, what's going on?
What's going on? And, it's, and the whole thing is, like we saw on SmackDown last night, the ring work is fine.
Yeah.
We saw, it was a little bit lower key in that women's match. And I thought they did an overall good job of not trying to,
they forced him to slow it down too. Yeah, they really forced it to slow him down.
Yeah, but the promos, look, it's not, they're not like the girls from the Facts of Life, okay? It's
what the heck?
It's not Blair and Tootie and Joe and.
I never heard Facts of Life brought up.
But you got all these girls out there running around.
That's fucked up. I'm coming for you. You can see I was all straight. I was straight. I was fucking, and you go there and killing me, man. You're killing me.
Oh shit. Now I want a top 10 best promos from the Fact of Life.
I'll have to get back to you, but there's definitely one in there from Jermaine Jackson. That's for sure.
When Joe confronted Blair, they had the best promo.
He always confronted Blair.
Mrs. Garrett, what the fuck?
Right? See?
Can you imagine if they made what's it called? The Facts of Life now? Can you imagine like if it was a Netflix show? Can you imagine?
They're distraught.
Millennials.
Oh my god, yeah. Don't tell anybody, but Tootie got a tattoo on her ass. Oh no! Don't tell Mrs. Garrett.
They're all talking on each other. It's all it would be like 4 phones. You would just be watching 4 phones, chatting to each other.
She yelled at me through text.
4 phones chatting.
She yelled at me. How did she know she yelled at you? It was only cats, not mad at her for life. You take the good, you take the bad.
we did that last year.
We did. How do we get on this?
Talking about SmackDown.
SmackDown and Facts of Life. So NWA Power.
Hold on, I'm sorry, Pedro. Real quick on the last on SmackDown. Did you notice how Lacey missed the cue? And for that, Bailey brought up Lacey's daughter. Lacey actually mentioned it in her promo.
Oh,
yeah.
I was wondering about that because she started talking about her daughter, and I was like, when did the daughter come up?
Either Bailey took too long or Bailey missed the cue. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Or she flubbed her line.
Mm-hmm. It's just too scripted. It's overly scripted. It's horrible. And they all talk like this.
Yeah, they do.
I'm the last person to talk about speech because of my speech impediment due to my heart issues. But I don't go around cutting promos like this. If I'm going to cut a promo, I'm going to let loose and be original. I'm not going to have Pedro or Zeus write something for me so I can cut a promo like this. Brutal.
Yeah, the segments are really bad on SmackDown.
It's horrible.
Like Zeus, as you said, there's just there's nothing natural about it. There's no natural flow. It's just people remembering stuff they're supposed to say, and it comes off that way. It's all wooden.
It's like actors reciting lines.
And like you said, the wrestling is fine in terms of execution. Is fine. You don't see as much sloppiness as you see like on AEW, but what's it called? Everything is also so formula. When everything's about to happen.
It's all formulaic.
And what the result's going to be before the match starts and everything. So
you were saying about NWA Power, Pedro? I'm so sorry to interrupt.
I was just going to get back to it that since we were talking about it before we got into SmackDown, that because we were saying how good the promos were and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you guys like the heel Aldis?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's a natural heel. I mean, he went from being the spokesperson, and he was trying to spearhead him being the champion.
Mm-hmm.
But we really need somebody to hate.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as we need good baby faces, which the North American wrestling is sorely lacking in both America and Mexico for that matter. I don't know who's what and where there, hardly. But
what do you mean?
I mean, just who's a face and who's a heel.
Oh, it's real easy in Mexico, but
I mean, but they don't all.
No,
I mean,
there ain't no top baby faces. They don't know what's going to stand. I go, oh, he's a baby face. No, that's a baby face.
It's a little different. It's a little different in Mexico, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, but I mean, just there's one person it's easy to cheer for, and that's Tim Storm.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mama Storm's baby boy. He's
Otis with some gimmick infringement there, but go ahead.
Hey, we know that. We saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Otis has the special version of it, but
yeah, it's special, all right. Yeah, but I thought, I think the whole thing is good. I like how they're beating up and ganging up on Storm. I am just waiting for Storm to team up with the Dawsons to beat the shit out of those idiots.
something I thought was,
man. I'm tired of them already. I'm tired of them.
That means they're doing their job.
Yeah. They could heal because they annoy the shit out of them, especially the little one.
Brittany Boots?
Yeah, Brittany Boots annoys the shit out of me, man. I just want to kick him in the neck.
Only thing I don't like with the main thing I don't like with him is that other lady he has with him. Like, she doesn't.
Yeah, who the hell is her?
Well, they showed her.
Who the hell is she?
They showed her the week before, but she just doesn't fit in. Like, he needs to be away from that group if he's gonna have like.
She's like, I want to be cool and have a whole bunch of tattoos, but then no rhyme or reason. They're just all over the place. It's like somebody took stamps and just stamped their own. Like, really?
James, that is like a criticism to throw towards many young people out there in the world.
No, hold on. I know people who have a whole bunch of tattoos that makes sense and they look badass. And then there are people just have them stamped all over her body just to have it,
I know I've seen tons of young people with just random shit all over their bodies.
Yeah.
Often very poorly done. So
yeah,
my own brother's got some serious ink. He's got some serious ink. His shit looks ridiculous. It's hot, And then there are other people just like, you got Homer Simpson here and they got a tiger shark right next to it. I mean, it makes no sense. But that's just my opinion,
I thought Marty Bell and Tasha Steelz had a pretty fun match.
I like how they put Tasha Steelz over.
Yeah, and Zeus, you were saying, was it last week? You were saying that Allison Kay is like she's been kind of an asshole. Like, why are we supposed to root for her?
Yeah, she's just a bitch.
And then, like and
she brought all this bullshit on herself.
Y'all saw that girl power segment with where they have those little sit down conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Everything she said, it just reinforced what you were saying, Zeus. Like the week before, I was like, well, so you were a bitch to her, and now you're like, but that's just the way I am. Why is she angry at me? Why is she doing this stuff? And it's like, well, because you were a bitch to her, like
because you dragged her through the dirt on fucking when you hey, welcome, but you suck. And you'll never be as good as me. But exactly. We're best friends. We're best friends. And, I can say this to you because you suck, and because we're best friends. But you suck, really. But we're glad you're here. And don't ever think about challenging me for my title because you honestly really suck. And I hate to tell you that.
That's exactly what she's doing. That's exactly what she's doing. I mean, Zeus nailed it before she was doing it. Yeah, that's exactly what she's doing.
And like Ashley Vox and Dr. Stills and ODB are just like nodding their head, like yeah. I was just like,
well, you're a bitch. You're a fucking bitch, all right.
Who produced this segment? Who produced this segment?
Then on the other side, you got Melina flapping her gums, and I'm like, "Oh God, why?"
If Melina was just, if she was just,
Melina
if she was just a manager, She should be with who?
Melina should be with Allison Kay.
That might happen, Zeus.
Marty Bell.
That might happen.
Marty Bell and Thunder Rosa should be the big faces.
Yeah, I totally agree. I can see Allison Kay. Actually, I can see Melina turning on Thunder Rosa and Marty Bell, and then in come Allison Kay to help her.
I mean, they've already kind of established some of that.
Well, yeah, they were teasing that a little bit, yeah.
Like last week, you had the thing where Thunder Rosa was going to say who she was going to wrestle next, and Melina answered it for her. And
right.
Like, instead of her challenging Allison Kay for the title, Melina said it for something else. And then this week, after Marty Bell lost, Melina was chewing her out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to bring up something else here.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
That is bothering me about NWA Power.
Excuse me.
And what I have in front of me is a copy of the 1974 official wrestling rules as sanctioned by the National.
Oh shit!
Jesus Christ! Zeus. Okay.
So all right.
Okay, Nick Bockwinkel, go ahead.
All right, so that's the AWA jackass.
Yeah, he was president of the NWA. He's the one who presented the big gold belt. Don't you remember that? Come on, Zeus. He was NWA president one time. In kayfabe, of course.
Just continue.
Anyway, you can go take your meds. But as of 1974, okay, the rules were saying it says contestants who repeatedly violate any of the above rules will be disqualified, which is hair pulling, eye gouging, strangleholds, or biting, pulling trunks, masks, or any other equipment, or straight punches or kicks with the point of the toe. Now, the following violations are automatic disqualifications. Number 1, throwing opponent over the top rope. Number 2, karate thrusts to the throat. Okay.
Zeus, the rules have been smashed because Billy Corgan is the owner.
Yeah, he smashed him like a pumpkin, didn't he?
Really?
Yeah, really.
My Groovy karate.
So, which is my, see, because and I just, I love that I'm glad that people love the question mark.
Yeah.
I'm glad that
he's awesome, Zeus. Come on.
Okay. But he's stupid. Okay. He's stupid. And as a person whose all-time favorite wrestler is the Masked Superstar.
Here we go.
Yes.
You compare an all-time great to this guy, and it's just like, I have a problem with it. So I'm just saying, I'm glad he's over.
Are you saying the question mark is an insult to anybody who ever put on a hood?
Not anybody, but most of them. Especially somebody who put so much into it.
Here's a legit question about the question mark.
That was good, Zeus. I like that.
Where does this angle end up going? Like at some point, he has to be revealed as Josephus. So what happens at that point?
Not necessarily. He doesn't have to be. I mean, you could play like that, but he doesn't have to be.
Sometime down the road, it's going to happen.
I mean, you could try. Obviously, the first thing you do is turn him against Stevens.
I mean, it popped in my head because Trevor Murdoch mentioned Josephus in the show.
Yeah, he did.
Before he fought Aaron Stevens. And I'm like, why is that coming up before fighting Aaron Stevens, who is, friends with the question mark, who's, Josephus in a mask? Like,
That's a good question. I mean, the first thing they do is turn him against Stevens, and then I don't know. I guess then they get Stevens exposing Mr. Cephas, and then we'll take it from there. I mean, so they go. I mean, but there are ways you can go with that. But as speaking of Trevor Murdoch, I like the fact that they're giving him some play now. I like the little push he's getting. It's cool, which is cool.
I do too, because I mean, like I said, that that damn top rope bulldog, that ought to be able to put pretty much anybody away.
Yeah, he does it good too. That's brutal, man. How it looks when he does it. Holy shit! All his weight actually comes down on it. I'm like, oh, good job there, Trevor. Big Trev. No, I like it. It was good. It was good.
What was the TV title match? I mean, tournament match they announced for next week? It was Zicky Dice and someone else.
That guy needs a kick in the nuts.
Do y'all remember who the opponent is?
No, I don't.
I don't remember. I don't remember. I know it was Zicky Dice and someone.
Yeah. Is it Starks?
It could be.
No, it was Caleb Connolly. Caleb Connolly.
Yes. Yeah.
I was trying to remember what was because I remember Trevor Murdoch was putting his TV title.
No, but is it Starks fighting also?
Line.
Maybe.
He's supposed to be fighting someone sometime.
So then who Starks fighting then?
We gotta wait till next week when we're.
I could have sworn I saw his name on the TV screen that he was fighting next week.
It may be.
Yeah. What do you guys thinking about Eli Drake these days?
Yeah.
Big difference from those Impact days. Yeah. I like how you mocked Jericho. Because I actually liked how you mocked Jericho because he had a little bit of the bubbly.
Yeah, and don't forget, he's got the shoes of a champion.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the shoes of a champion. There you go, Zeus.
His jacket is the shoes of a champion.
Yeah, the shoes of a champion.
And the great thing is he even caught himself.
Yeah.
Shoes of a champion.
He's good.
I think they can do a nice build with him to get to world title shot later this year.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like they're going to put him in a program with Mr. Big Mac Anderson over there.
Yeah, he's stuck with those with Boom Boom and Anderson for a little while.
Since this is the new year, y'all, what are your new year? What would you like to see happen in the NWA in 2020? Any fantasy booking you'd like to see?
Well, I mean, I'd like to see, I would like to see the Dawsons get to a point where they're, the number one tag team there. I mean, that's my, that
I think that's going to happen eventually. I think that's going to happen because it's too good not to, I'd like to see the cock and balls finally expire. Okay.
You think they're going to give him a 10th tag team title reign?
Of course they are. Of course. Come on.
Oh my God.
Of course. It needs to expire already. That's it. Just go away.
Oh my God.
You know what I'd like to see? I mean, this will be real fantasy booking, but I know it'll never happen. But put everything aside, I would love to see all this out there with the wild cards and the two chicks, and then out come the original four horsemen. just to face them. Aldous in a suit, Ric Flair in a suit, just go face to face. Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, Ole Anderson, just to stand there. I'd love to see that. Even Barry Windham,
Oh my God.
That'd be awesome. I know it'll never happen, but it would be nice. Flair could have promo about, I'll show you, I made the NWA. I made it so you could wear that suit. Just a whole bunch of shit like that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But that's pretty good promo, Jay.
I made this company so you could wear that suit, damn it.
I want to see Thunder Rosa get the women's title.
Oh,
that's gonna happen, Pedro. Oh, she's too good not to. Yeah.
I mean, you would think that, but I'm not completely sure that's gonna happen. But
well, they're not gonna leave it on Kelly Klein. She absolutely sucks.
You mean Allison Kay?
Allison Kay. Oh, I'm sorry, I was not there. Kelly Klein. That's another issue.
Allison Kay is pretty bad in the ring, but she has slightly better presence than Kelly Klein.
And apparently she got slightly better morals too. My bad.
Who knows? Is this our segue to?
Boy, 2020 starting off a kicker, huh? Brutal.
Thunder Rosa versus Camille. YYH said.
That would be good. I'll be down for that. Yeah, I'm down for that. YY.
Call someone get beaten a front row seat and.
By himself.
Yeah. I'm something I thought.
I was not thinking that.
I'm just saying. He's a little excitable sometimes.
Bean's a good guy. He's a good boy.
I love Bean. Bean's awesome.
He's a good boy. Kelly Klein, she was in the news this week because
she was not a good boy.
BJ Whitmer, is that his name? Whitmer. Mm-hmm. He announced that they were getting a divorce and that she had not been faithful to their marriage, and then it's come out that potentially the guy she was cheating on him with was Joey Mercury.
Brutal.
Who also had a meltdown and was posting all kind of public stuff. He posted BJ Whitmer's phone number and these texts he did where he was telling Joey Mercury to go kill himself, and it was a real ugly. It was a real ugly.
That's not good.
Yeah,
that's you don't do that. Even if it's kayfabe, you don't do that.
I mean, it just the whole, everything with Ring of Honor is just a
it's falling apart. Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, you're right.
They're still holding it together somehow. I mean, I guess their parent company is just oblivious to all of this stuff that's going on. But
well,
I don't know what to say about it.
Here's a segue to a bigger topic. News is the rumor. Sorry, not news, but rumor is that AEW and New Japan might have a thing going on in the future. After all, and if that was to happen, what does happen to Ring of Honor?
Well,
yeah. I'm sorry, just go ahead.
I mean, clearly they're, it seems to me that New Japan is definitely upset with Ring of Honor, stemming from everything from last year. And it's pretty obvious that, there's been little or no dialogue. The only guy that's been over there since then is probably Gresham. Gresham was in for a little bit last year, and then
Cobb did the G1.
Yeah, that's true. And then kind of like what we had said before, how it was also kind of interesting that Dragon Lee was originally going to be in the Best of Super Junior, or the Junior Tag League.
Yeah.
And he was removed by New Japan, but now they've worked that out, and it's either either New Japan is doing what New Japan wants to do, and they don't give a damn what CMLL thinks about it or not. But
But then they're still doing the Fantastic Mania shows.
yeah. But I mean, that's I think that I think New Japan isn't. I think they're kind of saying it's like where before they were kind of a united three. Now New Japan's saying, okay, well, we're the leader of this thing, and we're going to do what we want to do, and it's in our best interest. And if you guys like it, fine. If you don't,
Well, there's something to this AEW thing. I think it's been long in the works because Access TV, which is owned by Anthem now, which also owns Impact. They wanted New Japan to team with Impact. New Japan refused. That's why it got kicked off the air a year before they're supposed to. So apparently they've been doing something with AEW under the table for a minute now. Yeah, because I even heard that. I don't know if there's any truth to this, but didn't one of the AEW announcers this past weekend? Because he actually mentioned Tanahashi by name, didn't he?
Yes.
And that wouldn't have happened before.
Yeah, because Jericho has said if Tanahashi can beat him, then he's going to give him an AEW title shot.
And about 6 months ago, that would have been unheard of because they would have never mentioned his name on AEW television.
James, just a month ago, New Japan wouldn't mention AEW at all, and now New Japan has mentioned it via this thing.
So there's obviously something's been cooking there for a minute. So. I mean, I'm sad that Access TV is no longer going to have that's New Japan, but if it creates a better product overall, then I'm all for it.
Well,
because if this helps AEW, because that becomes better, because if this true challenge exchange is going to happen, then I would hope that something that every New Japan stars on some AEW shows, it would force the booking to change and become better.
I didn't watch AEW this week. Either of you see any of it? Or
I saw the Cody match against Darby, and that was a much better regular type of match. There was still some dives and things going on. But that was the only one I watched. Arn was Cody's manager and, yelled at him to get the knees up, when the moonsault came down and then Cody got the win.
Hey, that's kind of like Arn Muda from
right. I was just about to say that
30 years ago.
Yeah, from 1990. Yeah.
In January, even right for the TV title.
It was January, February, I think. Yeah.
Yep. It was for the NWA TV title. You're right, Pedro.
And so that, hopefully between Arn helping, being there and hopefully he can kind of help get these damn matches under control for them because, honestly, they're just boring to watch.
Yeah.
For me.
I didn't see the show, but I saw some clips from the main event where Omega and one of the Bucks are kind of loudly, trying to give like cues to the Lucha Brothers to do like tags in the main event. I saw some people talking about that. Did either of y'all see that stuff?
No, I didn't see anything about that.
I mean, it looked kind of bad.
Really? Is it me or is it me or are the Young Bucks the most overrated tag team? Period.
I've been saying they suck for a while.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's once again, you've got this. you got people that are happy to be stupid. Okay, and they think it's okay because they paid their dues, so they think they can be any way they want to, and they don't have to get better because all the stupid little 18 million fucking super kicks in a match is stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It doesn't mean anything. You can't call it a super kick if you don't even wind up for it. If you just tap. It's like, man, just fucking do something else. It's like, it got such, people, make it into this, recurring, stupid joke. It's like, oh, this is funny. It's like, okay, great. It was funny like what, 7 years ago or whatever, but it's not funny anymore. And it's like, AEW, once again, they promised us that this would be more of a sports, type of atmosphere, and it is absolutely not. It's that, that kind of a style, and watching
bait and switch,
and yeah, and that's another thing too is with these, some of these guys, where we're talking about, guys working with AEW and New Japan. It's like their style of wrestling is completely different, than AEW style. And the reason that Moxley and Jericho can go over to New Japan and kill it with their guys is because that they're not wrestling AEW style indie crap.
Right. No, yeah, you're right.
Moxley is so much better in New Japan than he was in AEW, in my opinion.
Well, speaking of New Japan, isn't day one WrestleKingdom in the books right now?
Yes.
Let's not give out any spoilers.
No spoilers, please. No spoilers.
No.
But that looks like a great card. For the next 2 days, should be good. It should be really good stuff.
Yeah, day 2 is going to be fantastic. We got the double gold match will be, coming around, starting at 3 o'clock in the morning. So. It's gonna be a great ending, and it's just, you watch those guys, and it's, of course it's not perfect, but man, I just see people. I see a lot of guys who take everything more seriously and have more pride in it than trying to have a good time.
Yeah.
Right.
You got elite guys doing elite shit, and you got class clowns being class clowns, but they're in charge of their own classroom, so they think everything's okay. So, that's my problem is everybody that starts talking about all these, there's so many great dream matches for AEW and New Japan. I'm like, I really don't want to see any of them.
Because it's not really a dream match.
Hey, look, I've said this before on here. I feel when New Japan was pushing the lead at the top, it like the product suffered a bit. And then when this past year, when they've been gone, it has improved. Like it went up. Like James, last week you were saying about Kenny Omega that you liked his IWGP title reign.
Yeah, I did.
I am the opposite. I liked the build up to him winning, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel his actual title reign was pretty subpar. I don't think the matches were that great, and the storylines were kind of goofy. And then his best match, in my opinion, was the one he lost the title in.
Gotcha. That's fair. That's fair.
And I think like the stuff with the Bucks on top of the tag scene was awful.
Well, I mean, it's hard, yeah, because especially when Cody was there and when him and Okada were doing their thing, I thought that was pretty decent,
Yeah, Cody and Brandy as a heel duo were so good in that
Mhm.
stretch of time between Ring of Honor and New Japan. They were such
Yeah.
a good duo. I'm kind of sad that they've been kind of split up as an on-screen duo, but they're in different things now. But go on. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. It's just, to be honest, there's nobody that's in AEW right now that I think that, like Zeus alluded to, can go to New Japan and put on a 4 or 5 star quality match because they're not built for it. They're not suited for it. Because it's not what they want to do. Because Zeus alluded to, they want to be clowns. Okay, whereas only a handful of people could actually go over to New Japan and have those type of matches, a la Moxie, a la Jericho, a la Cody Rhodes. There's only a handful of people that can do that. I don't even think the Lucha Brothers can go over there and have a good match now. These days, I'm talking about right now.
The Lucha Brothers have gotten so lazy.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even think they can go over there right now and have a capable match. Because they're stuck in the AEW. I'm sorry, AWA. They're stuck in that AEW loop.
But Lucha, like Pentagon, let me say this: Pentagon has been lazy for a long ass time.
Yeah,
I've been saying it for a while. He's been lazy for a long ass time. When he wasn't doing Lucha Underground, everything else he was doing was usually on the lazy side. Phoenix a little bit different because Phoenix, as we all know, has like another gear in ring wise that Penta doesn't have. But yeah.
Well, but the thing is, the potential's there for both of them.
Yeah,
they're the two. Like, if you put Penta and Phoenix in the best of Super Junior tournament, I would love to see that.
Yeah,
because with the quality of guys that they would be facing, I think that they would
still step up their game.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, exactly. So, I would be all for that. But I don't know. I mean, is there anybody in AEW that could fit in the G1?
It'll just be like Kenny and Cody, Moxley,
Jericho, maybe.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe.
Jericho, I feel he might be a little old for that. But
yeah. No, that's
G1.
Yeah.
For G1, yeah. That's what I said. Maybe.
Yeah, like him doing stuff every so often is different. Him doing like a G1 run that seems like.
How about the reverse? Hey guys, how about the reverse though? Who in New Japan would you like to see go over to AEW and just kick serious ass? I would love to see Okada show up on AEW TV with the IWGP belt and do a massive heel run in AEW, beat the shit out of everybody.
But they're all heels. I mean, who are they going to cheer for?
True.
I mean, here's a question: who is the AEW audience going to go nuts for from New Japan? They're just besides the big stars, like who can come over?
But they don't. Do they really know who people like Ishii are and stuff like that, or they know who Tanahashi is? All the stuff he's done.
They know who Okada, Tanahashi, Naito, Ibushi. They know the big four.
Big stars. Yeah.
I mean,
Sonata.
Jay White would probably, be better to come in and wreck shit in AEW because they would just hate him so much.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Yeah.
Jay White is like a legit awesome heel. Who?
He is. He's a great heel.
As long as they didn't give him any goofy shit to do.
Right. Well, I think he's smart enough to put his fucking foot down, from doing some dumbass shit like that. And he has got some stalling skills that I think Larry Zbyszko smiles if he's ever watched a Jay White match. He's
See,
like,
the thing that
like that's how you stall right there. Because
you know what I'm afraid of, though, Zeus?
What's that?
I'm afraid of bringing somebody like Jay White over, and then you automatically stick him in a ring with somebody like an Orange Cassidy, and just totally just negate everything that Jay White stands for.
Yeah, you see, once again, though, I think that there's the presence that, I think that the ideas and things that are going to happen. I don't think that New Japan is going to, let anybody get, kind of loaned out to do what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
Right.
YYH, yes, Osprey is a good. He would be super over with the AEW audience. I agree.
Yeah, Osprey would be. Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
but they all know who Osprey is already.
Yeah.
No.
I saw, speaking about New Japan and AEW people, I watched a match from last year between Angelico and El Fantasmo from Germany, from the promotion called GWF, German Wrestling Federation or something.
Mm-hmm.
That it was for like their Berlin title or something. It was from April, but that match was pretty good. And it was one of those deals where if you ever see any of the higher end Angelico matches from Europe, you're like, how is it we've never seen this version of this guy anywhere?
Well,
like
when they got him standing next to Jay Silent Bob, that's all you need to know.
Well,
right there.
but even in say something like Lucha Underground, we didn't get to see this like guy who could do this kind of hybrid like kind of submission catch wrestling based stuff with kind of doing
right.
the
And he was
more
always
higher
in trios. He was always in trios.
Yeah.
He was always in cameos.
Mm-hmm.
And in AAA, he was always in tag teams and
Yeah.
And even now, but it's where when he doesn't have a ton of these matches. Okay, I'm not trying to throw shade at him, but he doesn't have a ton of these matches because he doesn't get these opportunities. But when you see his higher end singles matches, you're just like, how did this guy could have, if he had like a legit New Japan run in the past, he would be a much bigger deal than he is.
Oh yeah, yeah. One or two good, tournaments, best of Super Juniors, something like that for him would have been great. I mean,
who I'd like to see in New Japan?
Who?
I'd like to see PJ Black in New Japan.
Oh man,
yeah.
I haven't seen him in anything for a while.
He has been living the life. I'm telling you, he has just been.
I saw him in a celebrity poker game not too long ago. Him, there was a whole bunch of old school wrestlers. Him, Chavo Guerrero, a few like older guys, and they were in a celebrity poker tournament. Like one of those 3:00 in the morning things on ESPN 14 or whatever the hell.
The ESPN 14.
Yeah, they got like a billion channels and shit. So I was like, oh shit, look at that.
Squared.
Yeah, exactly. But I'd like to see PJ Black in New Japan. And then I'd like to see Angelico go to New Japan in singles action only. Because I think they will use him, and then he could start a feud with Gumby, and then I could really honestly root for Angelico.
Gumby. I'm still sad we didn't get Zack Sabre Jr. and Suzuki as a tag team in Tag League.
They only did it that one time. That was it, right?
Well, they did a few matches last year, didn't they, Zeus?
Liger and Suzuki?
Zack Sabre Jr. and
Suzuki.
Like they had as a tag team.
Oh yeah, it was just
it was only a handful of matches, right?
Yeah, just like probably 2 or 3 matches. And apparently they'd done Tag League before.
Together?
Yeah.
Oh,
really?
Man, I don't remember it. Speaking of stuff from Japan and this year, I watched a match yesterday. It was from yesterday. It's from All Japan's New Year's something or another show.
Yeah.
And it was
How did you like that match, Pedro?
it was Kento Miyahara defending the Triple Crown title against Jake Lee. And that match was, I saw a lot of people hyping it online and someone threw it on YouTube. I was like, oh, I'll give this a watch. And then I saw it's like an hour long. I was like a little wary, like, an hour long. And then I watched it and it was, it was not great. Don't buy into the hype. For anyone who sees that hype out there, don't buy into the hype. It's like two guys making goofy faces and kind of, they'll hit each other or kick each other, then just stand around and make goofy faces, and then the crowd will react like, and you're like, but nothing really happened, and it just went on and on. I mean, that the strikes were super stiff, but it was almost like cosplay. I mean, that's how it came off to me. Like, it was two guys who were like, we're gonna give you stiff like Masawa and Kawada did, and it's but without the whole body of the match that those two would do, and it would just be like, look, we did that stiff stuff and we posed, and people like, I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. I didn't think it was great at all.
Actually, speaking of Japan, that's Thunder Rosa's in Japan right now, kicking some ass, so that's good.
Tokyo Joshi Pro, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So she's doing it.
Stardom had a match on the
on that card?
Yeah, on the Tokyo Dome. But it was a dark match. It wasn't televised.
For New Japan. because there's conflicting TV contracts, so it was not. I don't even think that was filmed.
Right. Well, I did see pictures from the match, and I did see cameramen like with the cameras on their shoulders filming. So I don't know. It was filmed for something, maybe for Stardom World. And let me say something about Stardom World. Damn it! Damn it! I tried to sign up to Stardom World. I tried last year. And the thing was wonky. I couldn't figure it out. So I tried again, read all these tutorials, did all this stuff. It doesn't work. And I find that it's a lot of people it doesn't work for. And it drives me up the wall that they don't do the PayPal thing like New Japan did. I signed up for New Japan World after that Lance Archer promo.
Yeah, that was a great promo, by the way.
Yeah.
And it was so easy to sign up. It was so easy to subscribe. I was like, why isn't this the same for Stardom World when they're owned by the same company?
Anyway. Well, I mean, it just started. I mean, it just bought them.
Yeah, they got to get the kinks out and everything else, and
I mean, I'm sure they're going to be looking at all that stuff here.
They got to get the kinks out. Is this when we start doing Lola?
No. Another thing.
I'm not.
Talking about New Japan and stuff is I got my ticket.
Yes, sir. The rally in Durham. At the rally show in Durham.
Yeah, I got that. I've got my ticket to AML 5th anniversary. And the Dawsons put out a video saying they're not going to be at the 5th anniversary show.
What?
Really?
Yeah, they're saying
that can't be right.
They're saying that they're not even going to be there, and that basically they look like chicken shits because they don't want to get stuck in a cage with the Gymnasty Boys and C.W. Anderson.
Nah, they got to show up to the 5th anniversary. They got to show up to the 5th anniversary show. Come on.
Well, I'm just saying this is what they're crying about right now. Mm-hmm. And then and I got a nice aisle seat for Ring of Honor. So,
wow.
You actually going to go to that Ring of Honor show, Zeus?
Yep. I mean, we got, Dragon Azteca Jr. is going to be there.
Yeah. Okay.
Roosh, Dragon Lee,
Flamita.
Those three right there is good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you got
yeah.
Four,
I got
four
you. Makes sense.
Doors.
Makes sense.
That I may never see again. So,
well, once you said Dragon Azteca, I'm like, okay, and Roosh, there you go.
Yeah. So it's
your 2020 is off to a good start wrestling.
Yeah, I'm saying, look at that. Here we go again. Are you shooting for 20 shows this year?
I don't know, man. It's already a lot in January.
Jesus.
I mean, just the sheer amount. It's like
Zeus thinks I think Zeus thinks he's 25 again and going to 50 ECW shows a year.
I never went to that many, but I mean, I went to those. I went to those 2 ECW shows in like 3 days.
Yeah,
but
that's good stuff right there, man.
Yeah, but that was that was
This is what happens. You see, Pedro, this is what happens when you're famous in North Carolina. You see? I'm surprised he's not doing local commercials or helping out the weatherman with the weather and shit.
They need him to do the Lucha ice cream commercial.
Yeah, he should be in the commercials, and he should be doing Lucha weather. It's going to be showers today with a hit of thunder by Zeus, shit like that.
Well, the only problem with me doing commercials for Lucha Libre ice cream and churros is the fact that I'm the only one at Lucha Libre churros and ice cream that knows anything about Lucha Libre, and I don't even work there.
They should put you on the payroll. Have you on retainer. They should.
I would
do some local advertising for wrestling shows and shit like that. Seriously, I mean, why not?
I mean, it's like,
if they paid you to wear a mask and
I was just about to say that,
and spout like little factoids and stuff, someone orders something like that Hoovy strawberry thing, it'd be like,
yeah.
I was just about to say that. He could wear, he could be a paid sponsor. He could wear, like a specially designed mask and shit like that. He could spout factoids and promo style. Did you know? I mean, it'd be kind of cool.
We need cheaters to hire James to do a certain on-air promo and ADR,
yeah.
We need the Huntsville Library to hire Pedro.
For what?
For advertising.
The library?
Yeah.
Why am I advertising the library?
Because you don't go there.
I go there sometimes, but I don't go there as much as I used to. But I'm not even going to all that.
That's all right. It's better being, it's better being a traveling whore.
Oh my God.
Chicks on cheaters are.
They needed to be like, you're a whore.
You didn't pay attention to me. Oh, so you found it. Oh, so you found your attention in this crotch. I see. Okay, whore.
Oh my God. Hey, what about any New Year wishes you want to see about wrestling in general, besides any specific place or any place?
I don't want WWE to mess with NXT. I wish NXT to stay NXT. Keep it at Full Sail. Don't be a traveling company. We don't need another Raw. We don't need another SmackDown. We don't need another AEW. We like NXT just the way it is. I wish they'd leave it alone for 2020. Just let it be.
But if it meant that NXT would come to Huntsville, Texas, I'd be for it.
Well, actually, they're coming to Texas.
They are. Oh, they are. Yeah,
They are.
They're gonna do that. That thing with the NXT versus NXT UK.
UK. They're doing that Worlds Collide show.
Yeah, the Worlds Collide. That's it.
Yeah.
Before the Rumble. Yeah,
Yes, that should be pretty good.
Yeah, that should be awesome.
I want a great year for Rhea Ripley. I want to see Shayna Baszler go up to the main roster and beat the shit out of everyone. I want New Japan to be more New Japan-like and less AEW-like. So if this merger or this partnership does really come to fruition, I don't want anything bad from AEW to rub off on New Japan. I want the good from New Japan to rub off on AEW. I want Vince McMahon to retire.
I want AEW to listen to Arn Anderson.
Yeah. There you go.
Listen to Arn Anderson list to some of these other jabronis.
Mm-hmm.
I want Booker T to come out of retirement just to manage the Street Profits.
Oh, wow.
I think that would be awesome. Mm-hmm. I want Okada to hold on to the belt for the entire 2020.
Wow. You want a long You want to have another You want to have another forever reign.
That's right.
He might not make it out of in the next 24 hours. It might be.
I know.
He may not have it right now. We don't know.
I know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, no, he didn't have a single. What? Zeus? What did you say?
Well, sorry.
Oh,
just saying.
No, don't tell me anything. No. No, don't get me upset now.
Oh my God. I think I'm picking up on what Zeus is saying. Okay.
Oh, yeah, no. They're gonna force me to say I watch 5 hours of wrestling.
5 hours and 39 minutes.
Oh, brutal.
I want Thunder Rosa to win the NWA Women's title. Get it off of Allison Kay.
Oh yeah.
I would like.
I want Tessa Blanchard to come to NWA Power.
I don't know what would be the best thing for Tessa. Would it be AEW? Would it be something else? What would be the best thing for? I don't think.
I don't know. Yeah, she's getting her ass kicked in Impact. Look, these power bombs she's taken by men. I mean, come on, man! They're gonna break her.
Well, I mean, she'll probably win the world title there, but
yeah. She's taking some serious bumps in Impact.
Go Zeus. I mean, it is as far as Tessa. I mean, I don't think that. I mean, like I said, I mean, if AEW starts listening to Arn and they start to pull their matches around, and then, if he can get through to these women on how to wrestle a match, then maybe Tessa would come in. But I mean, she's far and away above, a lot of those girls' heads in AEW as far as I'm concerned.
Oh yeah,
I mean, as far as
almost everybody they have.
Just an overall wrestling match,
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But I mean, like that main event match at WrestleKingdom, Taya, Rosemary, Su Yung, and Jordan Grace, all four of them are better than any woman on AEW. Period. Yeah. And they had a much better match than anything I've seen on AEW. So that's
actually, Zeus, speaking of Taya, do you think she'll follow her husband to WWE?
I don't know. I'm sure if the deal was right for her, I'm sure she would go. I'm sure they would put her in NXT.
Yeah.
I think the only way Taya works in WWE if you let Taya be Taya.
And that might be part of the problem is she's a great character, and she's got to be she's just kind of got to be the center of attention, and there's a lot of girls there that they're already fighting for spots and things, so I don't is just it's actually kind of crowded for they have a lot of good women in WWE, and I'm not saying they don't in Impact, but that's a good question. I mean, I like I said, I think for the right deal she would go, but I think she seems to be very happy in Impact.
Yeah. Hey Pedro, do you think she'd be better suited in NXT?
Tessa or no Taya?
Taya.
I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't know, because like Taya was tied to the WWE years ago. And they ended up not using her or calling her up or anything. And I feel like there are certain aspects of her look that isn't going to go over in the WWE. Like with the powers that be, not saying with fans, but with the powers that be, I can see certain aspects of her look not going over. And I don't know. I mean, she may be better off in Impact or in AEW, but AEW, their women's scene is like begging for someone like
they need somebody.
Like a Tessa.
It's like Zeus said, everybody in the WrestleKingdom main event is better than almost the whole roster.
To come over and do something. I mean, when it comes to women's wrestling, like outside of people in Japan, the WWE has like almost all the very best women outside of Tessa.
Right.
So, I mean, then you have some of them on Impact who would be like, the next tier under, and then you've got what's on AEW. And then you've got some under that, but I don't know. I mean, the problem with WWE, they've got all these women, and then they're putting like Lacey Evans and shit out on their shows. So I don't know.
How about Taya in NWA Power? She can have a really large footprint there.
I mean, NWA Power needs a lot of women just in general if they're gonna. But they don't have that much airtime to fit.
No, they don't.
Yeah. They just like we said. It seems like they just need to kind of redefine the allegiances.
After that promo.
Well, and the NWA women's scene also has the problem that you really just have three people: Thunder Rosa, Ashley Vox, and Tasha Steelz, who can give off the impression of movement in the match. Marty Bell is serviceable in that regard, but not on those three. And then you have Alice.
ODB is a novelty act.
ODB, and you've got Melina, and they can't do that stuff. And
not at all.
And they're like the big names, so to speak. There, so. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to drop some of those people and just get more, get like a Delilah Doom or something if she can stay healthy,
Kara Hogan.
Yeah. But isn't she still with Impact, or is she not with Impact? Or?
I don't know. I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know.
I don't follow Impact, so I can't tell you. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, Impact.
Any breaking away from wrestling for a moment? Any like movies and stuff y'all are looking forward to in 2020?
Well, I'm never gonna watch Rise of Skywalker again, so
What was that, boys?
Garbage out of the way. Now I can say I've seen. Now I can say I've seen all 9 movies first run in the theater, and that's pretty much all I. That's pretty much the reason I went anyway. Cause,
oh wow! So you saw all of them, the first one on, right, in the theaters?
Yes,
that's a nice little run, Zeus.
Star Wars Empire, Return of the Jedi, Phantom Menace, Clone Wars, or Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith, and then these 3.
Yeah, I've seen like Return of the Jedi on but not. Of course, I was like 2 years old or something when the first one came out. So
yeah, I was 7. So
yeah, it's. I think that's good. That's a very good accomplishment, Zeus. That's good stuff right there.
Yeah,
that's good stuff, and you can say that.
There was a lot of re-releases of the. I mean, not a lot, but I mean, there was some re-releases. The original, of the first 3.
Yeah, I saw a re-release of Godfather in the movie theater, which I thought was awesome. So it was amazing. Yeah, I saw it at the Ziegfeld Theater. It was awesome.
Yeah, sometimes that Red Cinema they do stuff like that. They last Halloween they had the original Halloween. You could go see.
Oh, that's hot. Yeah.
So,
I don't know if I'm looking forward to anything really coming out this year. Again, everything's reboot, sequel. I need something to excite me. I just want to stay healthy in 2020.
Yes.
No more hospital stays.
Yes.
Okay. And you know what? I'll be happy with that. As far as And if I'm gonna drop, I want a hot lady on my left and a cold beer on my right. And I'll be happy.
Oh my God. I will say this: my expectations for Godzilla versus Kong are like below the ground. They're like really low. I mean, I'm gonna watch it obviously, but my expectations are
but that's not even coming out this year, is it?
It's supposed to come out in November. It was supposed to come out in March. Okay. Then they moved it to November. It's funny you say that, James, because I have heard a few people say it may be pushed back further.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard it might be pushed back to 2021, early 2021, because they have to do massive reshoots of it.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. That something isn't. The stuff they filmed for it isn't well received or something. So, like I said, my expectations are super low after the King of the Monsters movie last year. So,
you and I still go at it with this thing. It's a great Godzilla movie, Pedro. I don't know why you didn't like King of Monsters.
It is not. It is not. So next week. We're going to be reviewing WrestleKingdom and maybe some Dash if we get to all that stuff.
Well, I got the 50 hours of wrestling, hopefully we get to watch it.
Yes, we all have like 50 million hours to watch. Zeus has already watched some of it. But.
Yeah. As Zeus, but you got up early to watch it, right?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think the best way to watch it is, Go ahead and put your browser on that page.
Yeah.
Before the event even starts, and then you just go back to it, and then, whenever you wake up, I usually try to wake up around, 2 hours after it starts, and then it was a little later today, but like I had at one point I had to kind of wait for it to go from the live replay to the video on demand. I had to wait like 15 minutes, and then I picked up where I left off at in the tag team title match.
Okay.
So,
yeah, that's a good idea. Because I got to find time to sit down and 5 hours uninterrupted. That means I got to shut off everything and.
Well, like I said, I mean, it depends on where you want to start from. I mean, if you want to start,
right.
It's you're in for a long fucking time, but I didn't watch it. All 5 hours and 40 minutes.
You started from the
I started
from the 8-man tag, right?
Liger 8-man match.
Okay, cool.
Takaiwa was probably in the most impressive shape I was most impressed with how good he looked. But I think he was kind of younger anyway.
Overall, because all of us are going to get into it next week. But overall, how was the first hour of I mean, like, how was the first day of WrestleKingdom?
Oh, it was an A. It was a solid A.
Okay, cool. That's good to hear.
I mean, stuff made sense. It was, hard hitting, good wrestling. Everybody's characters look good. Everybody's moves look good. It was just New Japan doing their very best.
That's what I like to hear. Good job, Zeus. Thank you, buddy.
Good job.
Hopefully we're gonna bring plenty of actual Japanese wrestlers to the New Japan show coming up here in.
Well, they owe you one. So
yes, they know they do. They know they do.
They owe you a big one. So
they said they owed us one. So hopefully
it's time to collect.
Right. Some Goto, some Ishii, some.
Oh my God! Yes.
And I mean, we might never know what, because with the match with Tanahashi and Jericho tomorrow, if Tanahashi wins, he might take a victory lap, with the rest of the roster in America, which would be nice.
That would be something. That would be something. That would be kind of cool. But you have to do me a favor. Take a picture with Ishii.
If he's there,
if he's there,
things I want to do.
Oh yeah, that's my man. That's my man. 50 grand.
So yeah, next week, WrestleKingdom Mania.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, YYH, for joining us in the chat.
Y2H2.
And thank you to everyone out there listening later. And we'll see y'all next week.
Have a good weekend, people.
Happy New Year again. Adios.
Happy New Year. Thanks for putting up with us. Holla.
Let me press in.
Thank you.